morning students. In this video lesson we will study about how the transportation and exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen take place inside the lungs as well as the disorders related to the breathing. So first of all we will study about the exchange or the gaseous exchange in the lung. Lungs are the primary site for exchange of respiratory gases because of the presence of alveoli. Some of the features of alveoli include thin wall, that is just one cell thick, or you can say the total thickness of the wall is 0.2 mm. Large surface area, moist surface, and presence of many blood capillaries. These are the few features due to which the exchange of gases take place with the help of alveoli. We know that the alveoli are the primary site for exchange of respiratory gases. Oxygen and carbon dioxide are exchanged by simple diffusion based on their pressure or concentration gradient. The thickness of the membrane involved and the solubility of the gases are the two major factors that can affect the rate of diffusion. In this process, the oxygen diffuses from the air in the alveoli into the blood, as well as carbon dioxide diffuses from the blood into the air which is present into the alveoli. The concentration of oxygen is higher into the inspired air as compared to the alveolar blood, and the concentration of carbon dioxide is higher in the alveolar blood as compared to the inspired air. This results in the exchange of gases, that is oxygen from air into the blood and carbon dioxide from blood into the air, which is exhaled out. Next is the transportation of oxygen in the form of oxyhemoglobin. The absorbed oxygen combined with the ferrous ion which is present in the hemoglobin of RBC. Hemoglobin is basically a respiratory protein pigment. As soon as the oxygen combined with the hemoglobin, it forms the unstable compound, that is oxyhemoglobin. So the equation is hemoglobin plus oxygen is equal to oxyhemoglobin. This oxyhemoglobin transport through the blood to the various parts of the body or the various cells of the body. Release of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide from the blood is released outside into the air. CO2 is brought by the blood from the tissue cells in the form of sodium and potassium bicarbonate ions in the blood plasma. Some amount of carbon dioxide is also brought by hemoglobin in the form of carb-aminohemoglobin. CO2 in these two forms are released into the alveoli, and from the alveolar air it reaches to the lungs and to the external nostrils and reach out of the body in the form of exhalation. Regulation of respiration. Human beings have a significant ability to maintain and control the respiratory rhythm which meet the demands of the body tissues. This is specifically done by the neural system. A specialized center present in the medulla region of the brain called respiratory rhythm center is responsible for this regulation. Another center that is present in the pons region of the brain called pneumotaxic center help in moderating the function of respiratory rhythm center. Neural signals from this center can reduce the duration of inspiration and hence help in alteration of the respiratory rate. A chemosensitive area which is situated adjacent to the rhythm center, which is highly sensitive to carbon dioxide and hydrogen ion. As soon as the concentration of carbon dioxide or hydrogen ion increases, they activate this center, which in turn can send the signal to the rhythm center to make necessary adjustment in the respiratory process, by which these substances can be eliminated by the body. This is how the regulation of respiration take place in human being. Another topic is the disorders of the respiratory system. First one is asthma. It is caused by hypersensitivity of the bronchioles to any foreign substances. It is characterized by the spasm of the smooth muscle wall of the bronchioles. There is difficulty in breathing, causing wheezing due to the inflammation of the bronchi and bronchioles. Next is bronchitis. It is an inflammation of the lining of the bronchial tubes. The passageway to the alveoli become swollen and clogged with mucus. Third is emphysema. It is a chronic disorder in which the alveolar wall are damaged and hence the respiratory surface is reduced. Cigarette smoking is the major cause of this disorder. Next is pneumonia. In this disorder, alveoli become filled with the fluid caused by the bacterial and viral infection. So this is the disease which is usually caused by either the bacterial infection or the viral infection, in which the alveoli are filled with the fluid and the breathing is restricted. Lung cancer. It is a disease in which tumors are formed in the lungs as a result of irregular and uncontrolled growth of cells. So these are the certain common disorders which are related to the respiratory system or the breathing